Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with Nexon of the Vast Nexus, and welcome to Let's Play a Gaming Legend, Metroid Zero Mission. Which leads to the Shine Spark, which leads to one of the things that makes this game awesome. Get up enough space to run, and now I'm invincible. Pretty much. No enemy, at least, can stand in my way. The environment is perhaps a different story. And actually, yep. Wasting a bit of time doing this, but it's better that I do it. Oh, I forgot. Dum-dum. I don't have high jump yet, so I can't morph ball jump. So that took an extra 20 seconds. Like, that's the thing with any kind of economy challenge, even if it's like time economy, that you don't know, because you know that it's like, oh, I have so much I need to do in so much time, and this might not work. Oh. Yeah, that's just a swarm of hurt and pain. Mash that button. Well. Okay, I made a bit of a goof there. Shall be remedied, but first, let's get a map. Find out where we are, where we're going. Create map data acquired. Now we can use this to go up there. To those with experience with this game and Metroid in general, they are probably calling out that I am a super noob right off the bat, that I'm terrible at games. For those who aren't familiar with Metroid, they probably have no idea what's going on. Oh, come on. There we go. All those tanks help. Every single one of them. And now we have this, one of my least favorite rooms. Because of... Oh, I hate these things! And go! And that is the Shine Spark, children. So... 3/4 of our first hour up, first boss is down. That's not great. There's still a lot of game to go. We are not there yet. Not by miles. Ridley. And we find out where the next power-up we need to collect is. I believe this will lead us into Norfair to get the high jump boots. So we now at least have 2 full extra energy tanks. That's good. And let's take a shortcut. Where is it? There it is. And again, like, that was just ceiling, but there's a whole hidden passageway up there. Metroid is loaded with secrets, and if you're being braver than I was and going into it without a walkthrough, you need to have eyes in the back of your head, on the top of your head, on either side of your head. You need to have a head with a million eyes looking everywhere. Okay, so I need to keep going up until I reach the point where I can get into Norfair, and here it is. And now it's a descent. And yes, this backtracking is a part of it. People complain about backtracking in games. You spend most of your life backtracking, running around the same house, running around the same place of work or school. Same rooms, same hallways, same streets, same roads. Life is one giant backtrack. And while I can appreciate the desire for games to be less like life, honestly, I could go back and forth through these hallways all day. This is amazing. It's a wonder of design. I mean, remember, this was accomplished on a portable console. Now, we'll need to get rid of him because we need enough room to build up another supercharge and shine spark our way on through. These guys are going to be a nuisance. Make sure they don't knock you back through the door, because yes, that is a thing that could happen. Now underneath this guy, there's clearly a passageway that leads out of the room, but I already know that I need the Varia Suit to get that. And, at present, we don't have it. The Varia Suit will grant Samus extended endurance. Not only does that translate to reduced damage sustained from enemies, but it also allows her to endure extreme environmental conditions. Like, for instance, extreme heat. Okay, wrong door. That was a bit of an oops. There we go, right door. Chozo, statue, Torzio, be our guide. Where to next? The Varia Suit. The lore of this game, like, I could go into that detail, but we're going to be playing through a substantial portion of the game proper, so why even bother, like, going into that, because we're going to, like, experience that together. I've already read up on the lore. To sum up what may have been perhaps omitted from that whole intro cinematic, space pirates are bad. They seek to weaponize a highly dangerous organism, known as the Metroid, in order to threaten galactic civilization, mostly for piratical reasons. Samus Aran here is a bounty hunter. She literally hunts space pirates for a living. Now, we haven't actually seen a Metroid yet. The thing is, again, there are people who aren't in the know who think that, oh, well, Metroid must be the name of the main character. This is Metroid. This is Samus Aran. Seriously, get your stuff together. Legend of Zelda, the main character in Legend of Zelda is Link, not Zelda. Get it right. Ah yes, our first opportunity to get a super missile. And I already messed it up. But no matter, I think we have the time to get this done right. Now that we have the high jump, jump ball was enabled, so we can shine spark through here, save it up there, and then follow through. And super missile. Just one for the moment, because that's all the tanks give you at this difficulty is the one solitary super missile. I'm not sour about that at all. What are you talking about? And of course we might as well get this out of the way, because we're here. Millions of these zoomers, are these called, I think? Doesn't matter. Actually get that this time. It's more time wasted. Just counting the seconds till I get that Varia Suit. All this damage becomes not inconsequential, but far less important. Climb. Wait for the Ripper to get out of my way. I went up the wrong vertical shaft. I need to go up the other vertical shaft. Oh boy. And again, that's where like 30 seconds disappears while you're doing that. After 30 seconds, you're not getting back. I don't know. I plan if this run falls below that, 2 hour, or if this run falls over that 2 hour mark to do it again. But we'll see. We'll see how things turn out. I mean, we're coming up on the first hour, and I'm not at all happy about how far back we are in that first hour. We should be already blasting our way through Norfair. Get this Varia Suit. These things are immune to everything you throw at them. Except for those weird little guys. Their attacks seem more potent. Now, one of the most oft-used sequence breaks is to head here early to get the Varia Suit before Kraid, cut down on a bit of backtracking, and deal with Kraid a bit more better prepared. We didn't do that, because like I said, I'm endeavoring to follow the sequence here. It is not strictly necessary to break the sequence in order to get into the game within time. Although, judging by the amount of time I've already wasted on stupid stuff, it probably would have been a smart idea for me to have broken the sequence. Alright. And now we are immune to the yellow goop. There's another energy tank to add to our arsenal. Ridley is going to be the fight that is going to prove exceptionally difficult. Ridley might be vulnerable all over, unlike Kraid, but Ridley is much faster and much harder to avoid. Pop a save. Now, strictly speaking, because this is technically New Game Plus, you can't even play hard unless you've already beaten it on a previous difficulty. Alright, I want to be able to just drop down when I need to. See, now we're immune to these little guys, and we're going to need them, because if we go through that door, we'll find the Torzio is blocking our path. So we need to find another route, or have to backtrack through everything. So instead, we melt that guy out of our way, and now we're on the right side of the Torzio. And the pathway opens up when he takes a seat. Now I believe it's leading us to the Wave Beam, which is in Norfair. Strictly speaking, I can check the in-game passage of time relative to my recording time by pressing the start button.
yeah, we're doing a lot better in game time compared to my overall recording time because of a few deaths that may have occurred. Oh, I figured I might dodge both of them, but that didn't happen. That's the wrong door again. So now, once again, familiar territory, but between the high jump and the Varia Suit, this is all far less threatening. I mean, I could just soak in the yellow goo if I wanted to. But yeah, Zero Mission might not seem like much to those of you who grew up with far more modern games, but it's difficult for me to describe the experience of actually playing it. This game captures your imagination, it captures your attention, especially that sort of explorer or adventurer aspect of it, because you really feel like, I gotta pay attention. I gotta look for subtle clues, because those subtle clues might lead me to the thing that makes all the difference between whether or not I, succeed here, or whether or not I die horribly. Pro strat with Ridley, if I remember correctly, is not to damage Ridley too much during a given duration, which basically was like ruling out super missiles and so forth, but that creates, because that's the thing, your time is not important if you're doing a 15% run, only the difficulty. So, because we're not doing a 15% run, we're doing a 100% run, taking that level of precaution is not really going to be viable for me in this run. It's just not. Always remember the Shine Spark is your friend. Shine Spark all day long. Now we have a super missile, which means the doorway on the other side of this room is no longer inaccessible. The best way to tackle this room is stay in the rafters so that that doesn't happen. Or just freeze them. That'll work too. Grab the little power-up. Getting out of this room is a lot easier than getting into it, and you'll know what I mean by that when we get there. Add another super missile tank. Takes one to get one. Oh, that could have ended badly. So we're just gonna run in, stop short, hit the door, and like I said, getting out of the room's a lot easier than getting into it. And just like that, we're out.
Well, that's it for this video. I hope you'll return to see the rest, and in the meantime, fare thee well.